Hey, welcome back to thedrinker.co.uk with me, Pete Turner, for another one of my seasonal roundups of all the UK supermarkets. And the season this time is the winter of 24 going into the spring of 2025. And in this vid, these are my 6 picks from the current range at Lidl. So Lidl do a lot of wine tours and wines that come in and out of their range. These are all part of their permanent collection, so you should be able to find these when you go into your local Lidl. Lidl are hitting really good points with all of their wines, and particularly in this sub £10 bracket. When you go to my website, if you click on the Lidl button on the homepage, you'll find all of my recommendations for the whole different price ranges at Lidl. But in all of these vids, none of these wines will cost you more than £10, and in actual fact none of these are anywhere near £10, but the quality of some of these is absolutely terrific. So if you're looking for party wines, you're looking for good house wines for the winter and then into the spring, then this is the place to come. So we're going to start off, we've got 2 reds, 2 whites, a rosé and a fizz. As always, this is Corbieres. It's $5.99, it's 13.5%. Corbieres, one of the classic regions, southwestern France in the Languedoc. Corbieres, also the name of the horse that won the Grand National in 1983. If you're as same vintage as me, you might know that. So it's $5.99, and it's very modern French, I'd say, on the nose. It's really clean fruit, it's elegant and light, and there's a little herbal element to it too. But we're talking about blackcurrant, black cherry. And it's very ripe fruit. And then there's some lovely tannin behind that. But because the fruit is so big, the tannin just supports it. It doesn't get intrusive. And at $5.99, that fruit's there. There's that little herbal element there. And a little touch of black pepper to it too. It's beautiful, easy drinking wine. Go really well with food. Most French wines do, but really good food wine. But you could sip that all day long. It's beautiful, really well structured. It's a lovely little sipper. Excellent. So that's their Corbieres, $5.99. So next up, this is from their Deluxe range. We've got 3 from the Deluxe range. Do look out, because this is Cabernet Sauvignon and it comes from Kunara in Australia, and quite often there'll be another Cabernet Sauvignon in the Deluxe range, but this is the Kunara one. It's $6.79 and again 13.5%. so Kunara is in the south, I want to say southeast of Australia. And what do you get there? So darker, more inky looking wine, and it's more inky on the nose. There's a lovely, again, blackcurrant, black cherry nose, but there's a little hint of tea leaf about it. Really lovely sort of tea, herbal sort of tea note to it. And then there's some wood smoke behind that too. So it's really complex. It's got a lot of wine for the money. It's only $6.79. And it's big and open and opulent. And there's some good high acidity. It's mouth-watering and beautiful. And that tea element is still there, but it's really fruit-driven. And for a Deluxe Cabernet Sauvignon, it's really drinker-friendly. That doesn't need food to be enjoyed. That is a super sipping wine for the colder months. It's a lovely stuff. Maybe even some early spring barbecues. You'd get away with a good barbecue with that. Good stuff. So yeah, Deluxe Cabernet Sauvignon. And again, from the Deluxe range, this is their Limestone Coast, again in Australia, Chardonnay. Limestone Coast, sort of between Adelaide and Melbourne, down on that bit of coastline there. And it's $6.49. And it's lovely lemon and apple peel, and there is a little oak to the nose. You expect it really with old-fashioned Aussie Chardonnays, but this is a more modern version, and they really have dialed down the oak, but there is still that lovely little lick of vanilla behind the fruit. And it's fresh, and that oak gives it some body and it fills your mouth. That lemon is still there, the apple is still there. It's quite grassy, but there is that little hint of vanilla underneath it. I want to say coconut husk, I want to say maybe gorse. It's at that end of the market. It's beautiful stuff, and at only $6.49, beautiful. If you like a little oak in your wines, that's the one to go for. Okay, so opposite end of the world. This is their Deluxe Sauvignon Blanc, Chilean Sauvignon Blanc. They do a Deluxe New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, but this is the one from Chile. It's $5.99. And what do you get there? So it comes from Central Valley in Chile. Well, big and bold and tropical. I want to say pineapple, melon, grapefruit. I want to say almost tinned asparagus. A little bit of struck flint behind it. It's fresh and bright and tropical, and all the things you want that Sauvignon Blanc to be. It's sort of one dial down from Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, but certainly dialed quite up from French Sauvignon Blanc. So it's really lovely wine. It's really well judged. That fruit is there. The tropicality is there. That little hint of flint is there. It's really layered and complex. And only $5.99. That's a real cracker. Do apologise to anyone outside of England, because these are all the England prices. If you live in Scotland and Wales, they might be slightly different price. And then, how about this for an absolute miracle? Number one, looks fabulous. This is Varzea Vinho Verde Rosé. Haven't been making Vinho Verde Rosé for very long, but this is $4.99. Beautiful looking, $4.99, amazing price, lovely colour, lovely peachy apricot-y nose to it. Yeah, peach and raspberry nose, and it's fresh. And as Vinho Verde should have, just a little hint of spritz to it, just a little pétillant to it. Really lovely stuff. And at $4.99, 8.5%, you drink it all day long. It's a party wine. It looks great. It tastes great. That is the full ticket. That's an excellent, excellent example of what Vinho Verde Rosé can be. And it's only $4.99. God, how did they do that? That is a miracle of a wine. And then lastly, talking of miracles, again, another one at $4.99. This is called Vivacello, and it's just Spanish sparkling wine. Doesn't tell us what the grape varieties are, but it looks, again, I think the bottle looks great, and at $4.99 you can have that as your party fizz. And it's got a really lovely, I want to say, almost peach skin nose to it. Peach skin, maybe some really ripe red apple. And it's dry and fresh and soft and very approachable. That apple and peach carries on, and it is beautiful for only $4.99. So that's their, what's it called? Vivacello Spanish sparkling wine. Make a great base for a cocktail, but it tastes great on its own. It's a real miracle of a wine, real under the radar wine. So for any of you out there who just don't believe you can get really good wines for these kind of prices, what have you got to lose? Well, $4.99 is what you've got to lose. I'd get down to Lidl and get this one, get this one. They're just amazing prices, and they are turning miracles with some of these wines here. So there you are. So that's my big selection for the winter of 24 going into the spring of 25 from Lidl. Give us a like, share and follow. We're on all the social media at Drinker Site. Let me know what you're drinking and enjoy your wine now. Cheers.